this video, I'll be covering everything from sleeve replacements, repairs and add-ons, vintage washes, lots of customization options, as well as a backup plan, just in case your project doesn't go as planned. This is the ultimate guide to upgrading your old t-shirts. Real quick, we're going to go over 3 items that you don't necessarily need. It's just going to make your life way easier. Trust me. Go grab some tailor's chalk. It's the easiest to mark delicate fabric. They're very fragile, so watch out. And there's no better duo than tailor's chalk with some clear rulers. You want to get them precise measurements. And third, what you do not need, you can do a zigzag stitch, is a serger. And if you're looking for a serger, go to your local Walmart. I ended up picking up this $300 HD Singer for only $175. That's a deal, and it was in store. It's crazy that a week later, I literally went into that Walmart, saw the serger for $117. I'm not even joking. I have a video. Go to your local Walmart, go to thrifts, auctions, eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and of course, go to your local thrift store. We're gonna get into turning a regular t-shirt into a baseball tee. You know, this has been around since the 17th century. I want you to understand the foundation. You're gonna understand everything about sewing on a t-shirt. All right, first things first, you could take off that neckband. Just take your time and don't rip it like I did. Next, you have 2 options here. So you can either cut along that side seam through the side, up the armpit, and throughout the sleeve. But if the shirt's fitting baggy and you want it to tighten up a little bit, you could take it in on the waist and the underarm, just in case you want to kill 2 birds in 1 stone. Whether you have it flat or on that center fold, now we can create the slanted lines, you know, that classic look of the baseball tee. On the graphic tee, I utilized the curved ruler. I love this thing, yo. And on the Tommy Hilfiger, I just did a normal, straight, traditional line. You're going to have to curve the end of that line just a little bit so it fits just right under that arm sleeve. And if you're cutting this on a fold, make sure all them seams are aligning so everything's symmetrical. That piece you just cut off, do not throw it away and mark it up with that tailor's chalk front and back. Trim away at that seam line until it can lay flat as possible. And then iron that bad boy up. Now it's laying flat, and it's basically a pattern piece now. Now we're gonna use the donor fabric. You could just lay that on top, trace it out, and do it to your desired length. You can do it a long sleeve, short sleeve, whatever. So pinning this up for the first time may be confusing. Just know the front and back of the main t-shirt will be separate. So lay those face down. You're gonna pin basically the good sides together, just pinching it. By the way, the back is always at more of an angle, more of a slanted line. So connect those points, skip the middle, since that would be where we're gonna reconnect that neckband. It should look something like this. Now we can go ahead and serge it up. And then top stitch it. Now I just got the neckband out the way since it's my least favorite part of this. For the one, I actually made my own neckband with the material I used as the donor fabric. And finally, we could serge this up. Serge alone is okay for this, but you can also top stitch through the tunnel. This is something you can do in 20 minutes with some old t-shirts. Very simple and easy. Now let's talk about replacing or just adding on to a regular sleeve. Honestly, it doesn't get much easier than this. So you're just gonna trim around that regular sleeve. When you're cutting this, just cut on the side facing this actual sleeve. Just cut the undersleeve seam, then lay it flat, and we can use this as a pattern once again. But this time you're gonna add a little bit of seam allowance. If you want the sleeve tighter towards the wrist, just taper it in. Now you can pin it up, good sides facing together, and serge that up. We just formed a tube, so you're gonna reach inside that tube and pull it right sides out. Get that main t-shirt and put it inside out. Like I said, it's always good to label the front and back. Pinning this up is the most crucial part, so you want to make sure that underseam and that sleeve seam are aligned parallel from the shoulder. And after that, we're going to serge it up and top stitch it, and we're on to the next. Now let's talk about mending holes on a t-shirt. It's pretty simple, and a lot of people don't talk about it. So let's talk about it. We're going to be using some hem tape. If you're not familiar with this, you can even get this from Walmart for less than $3. It's very useful, and there's super heavy and there's regular weight. Make sure you're using the regular weight. It's suited for t-shirts. The other one is for heavy duty material. That adhesive would not come off. So there's the glossy side, and then there's the smooth side that's not glossy. The glossy side is where the adhesive really sticks. So we're going to be making sure that's facing the donor fabric. So in case you heat it up too much, it won't mess up your actual t-shirt. Turn the t-shirt inside out, and we're going to iron on top of these holes, just cleaning it up a little bit. So once you ironed and cleaned up the rips, now around the holes you can put some of that hem tape. Remember, the glossy side facing up, because we're gonna end up peeling this off and cleaning up this on the inside of the t-shirt as well. You only need to heat this up for 2 seconds. You want to make it hold onto that donor fabric, but not too much where it fuses together. I don't like to use spray glue because it can just mess up your whole t-shirt in general. But put that iron on high. I put my iron on the cotton setting, and all this material I work with is 100% cotton. Flip it to the right sides out and iron it once more before you put it on the machine to zigzag. And when you're doing the zigzag stitch, make sure the length is at least a 2 under. You're just going around the hole, the exact shape. Try to color match your thread so it's not noticeable. And if you want to use this as a style, you can add graphic tees underneath. That would actually be really cool. I'm definitely going to try that. After that, you're going to flip it inside out, and we're going to just trim this up a little bit, slightly peeling that adhesive. Just be gentle when peeling it off. Cut around where we just stitched and slightly iron it from the front, and you're good to go. Now just make sure when you're stitching this you're not doing too much, or it can warp the t-shirt. But if you just keep it to a minimum, then it's not even noticeable. Add-ons can honestly be anything. My point of this video was just to spark some creativity to people, and shirts are very simple because it's just a method I like to call slash and spread. Now you see this a lot in pattern making. You can add or decrease volume. Let me say this, you can cut any shape out you want. Just always remember to add some seam allowance. I think you understand the formula by now. You cut out a shape, already have the pattern piece there. You just have to replace it, add seam allowance, top stitch and serge. That's the golden ratio when it comes to t-shirts. Take it in certain areas where you really want it to fit. That's how you're gonna level these up. Another thing, also make sure your seams are aligning on everything. And if you're adding a collar or a hood, out of flannels, I've seen a lot, create a center fold so you know the center and you can lay your points correctly. And I suggest always start pinning up at the seam or center points. Another example, I added this diamond shape to add more room into that armpit. It was a little too tight when I threw that tee on, so I just added some room. I got creative and added a diamond shape. Diamond shape fits perfectly under that underarm. I had just realized this is called a gazette, yo. You learn something new every day. I added a gazette, not a diamond shape. And the last thing on this category is to tailor a t-shirt. It's very simple. You're gonna decide where you want to tailor it. Just throw the t-shirt on and mark where you want to tailor it. Create a line so it's all even, and then we're just gonna fold to that line and literally serge it. It's that easy. Obviously iron your seam down, but it can't get much easier than that, like seriously. Finishing touches are my favorite for any project, but specifically for this, we're gonna be talking more on the vintage side. But for this, we're gonna be using sand. For discoloration and just that vintage look in general, you're not gonna get that gradients without using the sand. So I started off by distressing just a little bit because we're gonna be distressing after we bleach it as well. If you really want to take the vintage look to the next level, you can slightly sand away at that graphic tee or use a cheese grater. And it sounds crazy, but it works. Now for the bleach and water solution, I did about 30% bleach and 70% water. And you are gonna have these pre-washed, by the way, so that bleach can hit everything without having anything in the way other than the sand. Now you're gonna take some of that sand and sprinkle it on top of the t-shirts. Now you can create wrinkles, you can create divots, anything within the sand, right? But just make sure there is a gradient. So if you look, we're trying to mimic natural sunbathing on a t-shirt instead of laying it in the sun for the month. When you think of a sun bleached t-shirt, you always think of it starting real light on the top and gradually fading down to the natural color of the t-shirt. So it adds that volume and gradients that we're looking for that you see with the natural sunlight. I let these sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I wash it in some cold water, mixing a little bit of hydrogen peroxide to stop the activation of the bleach. And then you can go another round of distressing. Now you're gonna see the color lifting up. Only the top layer is bleached with these t-shirts, right? So you can kind of chip away at it and reveal some of that natural color. Like on the blue shirt, you can see I distressed it a little bit, and that blue is more vibrant in those bleached areas, which I love. Then after, you could dry it outside in the sun or just throw it in the dryer. Now make sure you shake off all that sand. And also, I didn't know if I mentioned, you can get a whole pound for $5 of sand at your local Walmart. Another way to get that vintage look is to use coffee or black tea. Now you're gonna be soaking this in some warm water overnight for at least 24 hours for the deepest hues of colors. Now these will turn out more brown, more tan, more yellowish tones. So you could soak your t-shirt for an hour. It's gonna be less potent.
24 hours, you know, obviously gonna be darker. But before this, you're gonna want to pre-wash your t-shirt. I used a white t-shirt for one of these, but I specifically wanted to use this for the ones that I dyed with that sun bleach method that are black, so it just blends in and creates even more of a gradient.
And then leave it out to air dry. And other than that, if you're using paints, just use some fabric softener.
And I guess the only thing we didn't talk about, which I did actually do, heat transfer vinyl, just to touch up some areas in screen printing. I didn't screen print anything in this project, but
and if all that fails, then you know we got one last option here. So I didn't know what to do with these 501s I just got from the thrift. Had extra t-shirts, so I was like, you know, let me combine these up. Now I do have a tutorial about the grit stitch, but it doesn't even have to be grit stitch. It could be patchwork, it could be behind the distressing, whatever. Like I said, the point of this video is to get creative, and if all fails, you still have that backup option. You could do this on a jean jacket, you could do this on anything. And with the graphic tees, it allows you to bring this piece alive. Basically, you can see I'm making lasers shoot out these guys' eyes. This is crazy. I embroidered these. I just did the zigzag stitch, then did a straight stitch to make sure it stayed. I did a lot of mending, a lot of grid stitch, and diamond shaped quilting. It's insane. This is one of my favorite pieces. Next video, we are going to bleach this up. And that's gonna wrap up the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow all my socials. If it helped in any way, let me know in the comments below. I am adapting a new schedule, okay? So I'm gonna be posting pretty much every Thursday. So we got a lot coming out, a lot. And again, I just wanna thank you for 10K. And I'm gonna do a giveaway soon. So stay tuned. I love y'all. I'm gonna see you in the next. We out.